Hi folks, I have your latest home prices and insights for the City of Toronto for week ending March 31st. Before I get on to all the numbers and the prices, and I got to tell you, we're breaking records at some of these prices, I want to address some of the comments that I've been reading coming in on our YouTube channel. First of all, we love the comments. I love to hear other people's opinions. They don't always agree with me, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I want to address how I personally feel about what's going on in this market. I feel that it's an extreme challenge if you're looking to buy. It's a challenge. It's a very difficult market to buy in right now. I really truly believe it's so important you're working with a good realtor that could help you navigate if you're choosing to buy. I'm not telling you right now is the best time to buy or the worst time to buy. That's a call you got to make for yourself. However, do I believe interest rates are at an all-time low? Of course they are. Everybody knows that. I do believe interest rates are going to change. I don't know when. Interest rates going up could make it difficult for some people to buy, but if that affects prices and prices come down, it could balance itself out somehow. Do I believe prices right now are high? Yes. I also believe at some point they'll be higher again. And history has shown, I'll give you a quick example here. The City of Toronto detached back in 2017 in April, the government of Ontario, because prices were running away at 1.4 mil. This is for detached houses. The government introduced market calming conditions. I expect right now in this situation with our runaway prices, and that's what they are, it's a very difficult time to buy in. Our runaway prices, I expect the government to be coming in at some point and doing something to just calm the market a bit. Is it going to work? I don't know. Can it backfire? It could also. I don't know what's happening in the future. I could just talk about right now and what's happened in the past. And when the government introduced their market calming conditions and then they introduced the stress test, well, prices did come down and then they went back up. We're still in our global pandemic. And prices in March last year went down, activity went down, and all of a sudden, just a few months later, prices started going up, and they've been continuing to go up. So this is the situation we're in now. I'm not saying that in the next 6 months or a year from now or 2 years from now, we're not going to reach some sort of global financial crisis. It could very well happen. Prices could come down. Do I think they're going to be half? Do I think you can buy a $1.5 million property now and in 2 years it's going to be $700,000? Hey, anything can happen. I don't expect that. I don't think those properties are going to be coming down to half. Can there be some changes in price? Of course there are. Can there be a 10%, 15%, even 20% difference in price? Why not? If they went up 20% in 1 year, why can't they come down the following year by 20%? I can see that happening. I don't know when. I don't know if it's going to happen. But I also know you hold tight and you wait. Prices continue to go up over time. Not necessarily every single year, but over time, prices will catch up again. That's what I believe. I believe interest rates are going up. I don't know when. I believe government's going to step in and do something. I don't know when. Is this the right time for you to buy? That's your call. Is this the right time for you to sell? Hey, market's pretty high. That's your call. Whether you're looking to buy or you're looking to sell, I really believe you need an experienced professional realtor helping you. That's where I come in. If you're looking to buy or you're looking to sell, it's your choice. I can help you do either one and navigate whatever the market is doing right now. But it's your call if it makes sense for you and your family. I also believe you shouldn't use any of the numbers I talk about here to base whether you should be, what your value of your home is worth, or what you should be paying for the next property. That's an individual basis in a particular neighborhood. That's where you need somebody coming in and really looking at the data of what's going on in the few streets around your home. Okay, let's get started. I've got here for the City of Toronto detached prices. So sales came down. They came down just a little bit from the previous week, where we sold 324 detached homes. 89 of those homes were sold at $2 million or more. It's up just by 3 from the previous week. But so sales generally have been going up all since the beginning of the year, which is normal. As we head into the spring market, activity picks up. The amount of detached properties selling at $2 million or more has gradually been going up, which is also normal. Average sold price is shooting way up. And this is where it gets really difficult to say, wow, this is fantastic. Well, if you're looking to sell and that's all you're looking to do, that's great news for you. If you're looking to buy, that's where, wow, the prices are up. And that gets, when I say a challenge, it feels like it's an understatement. It's way beyond a challenge. It's a bit crazy what's going on right now. And in a difficult, complicated way, it's crazy what's going on with home prices right now. But the average detached property, when I take the average of prices, we're looking at $1,832,000. That's a record. Never in the history of us keeping track of prices on the Toronto Real Estate Board has the average sold price been so high. Comparing to last year, it's impossible to compare it to last year because we were well in of our pandemic. But if we look at last year at this time, just for comparison, but it's really difficult to say, oh, we're doing so much better, just because of the pandemic last year that we had our first lockdown. We sold 14 properties. These are just detached homes at $2 million or more. This year we sold 89. Huge difference between pandemic, our first lockdown last year versus now. When we look at sales, of the 324 excuse me, that we sold this year, 77% of those detached homes sold at list price or more. 77%. 3/4 of all detached homes at list price or more. That's where it's a challenge. But it's aggressive. It's really a challenge buying right now. 485 got listed last week, and months of inventory sitting at 0.7. And you see how low it's been now for weeks. This is what's fueling prices staying as high as they are. Looking at semis, months of inventory is sitting at 0.4. The average semi sold for $1,376,000 last week. Over $1.3 million for a semi in the City of Toronto, and 90% of those sales, we sold 112 semis, 90% of those sold at list price or more. So almost every semi sold at list price or more. It's a challenge to buy. Townhouses, 75% sold at list price or more. There was only 44 of them sold. Months of inventory sitting at 0.6, and the average townhouse is $1,163,000. That's what's going on with detached semis, towns. Months of inventory extremely low. Looking at the condo market a bit closely here, sales dropped by quite a bit. We sold 465 condos last week. Now, 465 is still way higher than where we were around the August, September, October, where most of last year actually, but a little bit down from the previous week. But overall, sales are going up. The amount of condos selling at $1 million or more is 38. Very close, just down by 2 from where we were the previous week. And the average condo sold for $713,000, which is, if we take what's been happening in the last 4 or 5 weeks, average sold price here, it's pretty similar just slightly higher than where we were kind of around September last year. So they've come down and they've been going up most of this year, and now are kind of steady, just over, on average, over $700,000. You know, I've been saying comparing to last year doesn't really help so much. However, we're only 9% higher this year than we were last year. Now, last year at this time, we sold 12 condos at over $1 million. This year we sold 38. I'm surprised that it's only 9% higher than where we were last year's average sold price. When it comes to sales, 465, I said, were sold. 3/4 of those, 73%, sold at list price or more. So almost every condo. Out of every 4 that sold, 3, there's competition or people are buying right away at list price. Listings are pretty high at 716 listings. And months of inventory sitting at 0.7. Now, 0.7 is a little bit higher than where we were the previous week at 0.5. That helps to explain why average sold price came down a little bit. But overall, the market is very tight. Lots of competition. There are way more buyers looking to buy than there are listings available. And this is giving a lot of power to the sellers. Sellers are in charge. If you've got your buyer hat on out there, it's a challenge. That's what I see happening. I'm a full-time realtor. My team, Team Sessa, we're all full-time realtors in the field, and working with buyers and sellers, excuse me, working with buyers and sellers every single day. We see the struggle, and we help navigate through the buying process. We help navigate through the selling process to maximize the sale as much as possible. It's a challenging time out there in real estate. If you need some help, give us a call. We're happy to help. Have a great day. My name is Santo Sessa with RE/MAX Premier.